Thank you.
Yep.
You want to, just check the board for
Yeah.
Alright, guys.
Oh, all right, guys. We're going to start getting back together. So thanks for coming out tonight. Thank you. So tonight I've got Jake Erdman with me. Jake was my roommate in college, and he's one of my favorite instrumentalists I've ever played with. So you get the pleasure of hearing him tonight. And we're gonna play, I think, all originals. It's all originals tonight. So stuff over the years that I've written. Some with Jake, and actually one that Jake has written we might get to later. So we're going to start it off with a piece that I played at, a lot of you are from Timothy. We're going to start with Ariel, a piece I played for an offertory a few weeks ago, and let's get to it. Yourself in death. You couldn't stretch your limbs across Procruste's bed in a deal struck with the tomb. You built a stronghold out of lies, and I think he finally found a way to get inside. He'll be coming home soon. Oh, Ariel, the city where David encamped. Year after year, your feasts never end. Oh, Ariel, find a voice to lament. Although it's been fun, every circus must end. Get a look inside the secret councils of the holy God on high, but I couldn't climb the walls to see. I'm like a fly stuck on the glass of a one-way mirror where my eyes are staring back, but he sees right through me. Oh, Ariel, the city I love laid to rest. Although it's been fun, every circus must end. Oh, Ariel, my sweet Ariella, when will you understand that the tomb cannot hide from God what he demands? You made a covenant with death. You tied your fate to what you thought you could accept, but he'll be coming home soon, when the living God will raise the dead. The firstborn foundation stone is already gone ahead, and we'll be coming home too. Oh, Ariel, the city I love laid to rest. Although it's been fun, every circus must end. sweet Ariel, when will you understand? The tomb cannot hide from God what he demands. The tomb cannot hide from God what he demands. Alright, I'm going to rearrange a little bit. Some water would be good. I've got this cup right here. So with the changing weather a few weeks ago, I got destroyed. So with that right there, as you can hear. But so we've been down in water tonight. I think we're going to make it. Should be good. All right. So this is the first one that's off the album. This one's called Guinevere. Just to give you some context, Guinevere, I went through a period this winter of reading a bunch of Arthurian legend, and this is what came out of it. And, yeah. So there you go. Slope with no paddle, my body's carried along over mirrory waters in mists of Avalon. 14 centuries of black ink weave like roots beneath the glass. With every new permutation, my kingdom suffers collapse. Oh, Guinevere, Guinevere, oh, does this all end in disaster? My own master, Guinevere, oh. While I know it's all nonsense to die on Baden Hill, when my wife took a lover, that's not Rebekah. When my friend's blood was spilled, it's Arthur. Still I took up my stockade as they readied their spears. Oh, in the valley below me I died for my sweet Guinevere, 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 Guinevere. Oh, Guinevere, does this all end in disaster? My own master, Guinevere, oh, Guinevere, 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 oh, does this all end in disaster? My own master, Guinevere. Milling wheat in the morning, in the cellar I bake, making bread for the servants on every holy Saturday. With fire, the kiln, and the ashes, and a freshly bowed horsehair string, where eternal songs will resound for the once and future King. Oh, it always ends like this. It always ends like this. It always ends like this. Oh, it always ends like this. It always ends like this. It always ends like this. Oh, Guinevere, 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 Guinevere. Oh, is this all ending disaster? Am I my own master? Guinevere, oh Guinevere. Oh, it always ends like this. It always ends like this. It always ends like this. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Gary and Christine, for hosting. Can we give them another hand? And also for getting me water. Thank you. All right, this is another piece that comes off of the album. It's Psalm 22, an interpretation of Psalm 22 that I wrote. Who are the ones that you love? Why do you let this happen to me? I call out all day and all night, but you don't call back, you don't speak. Why won't you speak? Sometimes I thought that I'd be better off if you would leave. But why'd you have to leave? Why do I play this game until something bad happens to me? Are you distant in the good and bad? Are you one more book for me to have on my shelf? Will you help me? But you're God and I'm not. Why you letting all this happen to me? I'm sick and tired of my enemies, and I know that you're God and I'm not. I know you're leading in the tragedy, and I want you to remember me. I know you promised to remember me. I'm the one that you've loved. Why do you let this happen to me? We sat at the phone every night. Is this what it's like when you speak? Speak through me. Loose the chains of the ones who don't know how to see. 'Cause you're not distant in the good and bad. No, you're not distant, no, you're not distant. You're just God and I'm not. Why you letting all this happen to me? I'm sick and tired of my enemies, and I know that you're God and I'm not. I know you're waiting in the tragedy, but you promised to remember me. I know you promised to remember me. This next piece is just going to echo that piece, another view of Psalm 22. This is one I wrote when Jake and I were in college together, so it's the oldest one you'll hear tonight. He was a man we detested and despised. We rejected him with hatred in our eyes. He was a sufferer, familiar with pain, the kind of man to whom you'd wish to hide your face. He held no rank, but surely this is how it was meant to be. He took on all our pain, he bore our suffering. Somehow we forgot God was behind the punishment. Oh, that he was the one who was struck, who was stricken, was afflicted and afflicts. Oh, but he was pierced for our transgressions and crushed for our iniquities. His wounds have brought us healing, his punishment brings us peace. We like sheep all astray, we've all gone our own way, but the Lord has laid on him our iniquities. Our iniquities. And though he was oppressed, his mouth could not be opened. Jesus Christ, the Lamb, mute before his death, the judgment sent by God. It would hurt. Oh, but no one would protest the fact that he was being judged, the only sinless man on earth. So cut him out from those God is giving life. Although he's loved the world, punish him tonight. And crushed for our iniquities. His wounds have brought us healing, his punishment brings us peace. We like sheep all astray, we've all gone our own way. The Lord has laid on him our iniquities. Our iniquities. But Isaiah had been told by the Spirit long ago that this was God's will. These actions were the Lord's. Once a servant had a passion like no man's. It would be revealed, all this suffering, all this pain had all been part of God's plan. How's that volume feeling in the back Okay? Okay, good. Yeah, so this next piece is called Flora. And you'll see this was like, I guess, funny trivia about the creation of the album. The background of like the image that you'll see if you look it up online is Sandro Botticelli's Primavera, which is like a painting about spring, and a bunch of mythical figures, and this is about one of them in the painting, Flora. But through a miscommunication with the graphic designer, he thought that this song was on the album. But there's nothing having to do with Flora in the album that you'll hear. So it's just there. So Flora's on the cover for no reason. But, yeah. So here's Flora. Oh, let me get up. Flower blooms and then it fades. Was it worth anything? Was it worth anything? The music starts and it stops. Is it worth anything? Is it worth anything? Oh, what it's like to be young for a time, to be young for a time, to be young. Oh, what it's like to be young for a time, to be young for a time, to be young. Is my life only bloom and fade? Can I hold on to anything? Can I hold on to anything? The word of the Lord, it always stays the same.